Welcome back to AM Northwest. Lin-Manuel Miranda helped redefine musical theater, bringing works of art like In the Heights and Hamilton to the stage. His journey from his boyhood to the peaks of artistic success are documented in a new biography, and we welcome the author of Lin-Manuel Miranda, The Education of an Artist, Daniel Pollack-Pelzner. Good to have you with us. You're born and bred right here in Portland.
You
right?
bet.
I
My
love
folks still live down the street.
How fascinating to really dig deep about Lin-Manuel.
Oh my God, what
And
a
you
treat.
really did. Like, how many people did you interview? And you included him and his parents.
Yeah, I think about 150 people, from
Wow.
his elementary school bus driver to Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That's incredible. Let's talk about his childhood first, because you talk about him being a very sensitive child, and also he claims he was really not very smart as a kid, but we think of him as a prodigy.
That's true. I mean, he was always a curious and bright kid, but he was surrounded by brilliant classmates who were much better at math than he was, better writers, better music composers. But he had this drive to learn from everybody around him. And as a teacher, I thought, what a wonderful way to build your life as an artist. And so I wrote this book. I hope to inspire my own students at Portland State and elsewhere to say, if you want to be an artist, the way to do it is to learn from everybody around you.
That is key to your book, how he learned from everybody around him, including, number one, his parents. Let's talk about his parents.
It's so true. I mean, his mom was a child psychologist.
That's great.
And Luz recognized that she had a really sensitive son. Lin-Manuel would cry when he watched Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
He'd cry at the chord changes in Bridge Over Troubled Water. His dad wanted to toughen him up so he wouldn't get bullied, got him a boxing puppet to try to teach him to fight back.
Yeah.
And he just hugged the puppet and said, no fighting.
No fighting.
Yes.
I saw that. No fighting. But he was he actually lost a childhood playmate, one that he called his girlfriend. She died tragically in a drowning, and it really impacted him as a kid.
He certainly did, and boy was he lucky to have a mom who was a child psychologist.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, who told him whatever you're feeling is okay to feel, and she would say to him, it's all grist for the mill. You want to be an artist, you should remember these feelings.
Right. This
and he
too
told
shall
me,
pass.
That's right. This too shall pass, and it's all grist for the mill. And
Yeah.
he said when he was writing Hamilton 30 years later, and he had to write about Hamilton's own child dying in a duel, he remembered his childhood friend who had drowned tragically, and that was the inspiration for the song It's Quiet Uptown in Hamilton.
So he loved to write, and he loved to make his friends laugh. So as he gets older and he gets into musical theater, even as a little kid.
That's right. Yeah, I love talking to his elementary school music teacher,
Yeah.
Barbara Ames, who cast him as Conrad Birdie in the 6th grade play, gave him a little gold lame jacket, and told all his classmates
this
to...
picture is adorable.
His first
Who's
talent
lip-syncing
show.
here?
That's
Yeah.
right. His sister dressed him up in a Benetton sweater and gave him her Genesis tapes from the early 80s, and he went out and lip-synced on stage, and when people started applauding, he turned around and at his first piano recital, he said, I know another one.
Oh, great. I love it. Okay, let's talk about all the people, because that is such a big theme here, who educated him. Tell me about some, in addition to his father, who was quite a force, and his mother. Tell me about all the others, all the teachers. I mean, he kept those teachers around him, really,
oh my God.
for his childhood, his
Yes.
lifetime.
His fans still know his 8th grade English teacher,
Yeah.
Dr. Rembert Herbert, who noticed this kid who wasn't really doing his homework so well, but was always scribbling lyrics in his notebook in the back of the class, and wrote a musical adaptation of Chaim Potok's novel, The Chosen, in the 8th grade class. And Dr.
Wow.
Herbert wrote a note on the back of little Lin-Manuel's paper and said, you've been hibernating, come out and join us.
Yeah.
And he introduced Lin-Manuel to the student-run theater club at his high school and said, hey, we've never had a musical. Lin, you're on. And so Lin wrote his first musical, Nightmare in D Major, about the ghost of a fetal pig who comes back to seek vengeance on the kid who dissected him in AP Bio class.
Oh, that's funny. And then as he goes on to high school,
That's right. He writes a musical every year for the Student Written Theater Club. He writes one called 7 Minutes in Heaven, about his first unchaperoned co-ed party in high school, in which he ends up in a closet with with a girl with a chance to kiss her and has no idea what to do.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet sort of fumbling attempt to turn his own experience into art.
When we talk about, we know In the Heights, which was incredible, but the making of Hamilton.
Yes. So here's what I think I and many people don't understand about works of art like Hamilton is we think, boy, just geniuses create them and then they come into the world fully formed.
It's much more of a process.
Much more. This was his 8th musical, and it took him 8 years to get it right. And he told me about writing the first draft of the song for Hamilton's wife, Eliza, and playing it for his own wife, Vanessa. And she said, not your best work.
Wow.
So he'd go back and rewrite it. And I hope that's something people take away from the book, is that you don't have to get it right the first time.
Right.
You keep on rewriting it.
Well, and she was quite a supportive person too, and educated him as well.
Yes, amazing, hyper-rational lawyer and scientist. Loved her husband, loved music, had zero interest in the world of musical theater. So he would come home and say, I met Jay-Z and Stephen Sondheim today. And she would say, and I care why?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Stephen Sondheim, because he's huge, and he also became a mentor to Lin-Manuel.
This was incredible to me. So like the great modern musical theater composer, wrote lyrics for West Side Story.
Yeah.
Happens to have a writing partner with a daughter at Lin's high school. So Lin asks his classmate if her dad could invite Sondheim to visit their musical theater club while he was putting on West Side Story. And Sondheim came and he told the high school students about how he made West Side Story. And he told them that, in fact, it didn't come out perfect the first time, that it was messy and they had to revise. And that, Lin-Manuel said, was a lesson that stayed with him for the rest of his life.
How did he come up with the idea to do Hamilton in the first place?
So he was on vacation from his first Broadway musical, In the Heights, and he took a big book to read on the hammock in Mexico with his wife, Ron Chernow's biography of Alexander Hamilton. And he says as soon as he started reading it, hip-hop songs started rising off the page, because this was a guy, Hamilton, who made his career through the power of his pen by writing his way into the American Revolution. And Lin-Manuel thought that was like Biggie, like Tupac, like the guys who rise from humble beginnings to shape an American story. And Hamilton was from the Caribbean, which is where Lin-Manuel's own dad was born, and he wanted to tell America's story as an immigrant story.
Oh, it's fantastic. When you sat down with him, the many times you sat down with him, what is your takeaway of him? I mean, he was wonderful. He's not perfect. No one's perfect.
I certainly wanted to show him as human here and include his mistakes along the way, because to me that's as inspiring as his successes. But he is, Helen, he is as exuberant, as delightful, as prone to break into song and dance at the drop of a hat as you might imagine, and so quick to credit all of his mentors, even back to the elementary school bus driver who taught him to rap on the drive from his house in northern Manhattan to his elementary school.
Yeah, that's fantastic. The book is fantastic as well. We want to tell everyone, please check out Lin-Manuel Miranda, The Education of an Artist. Daniel Pollack-Pelzner, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Helen. What a treat to talk with you.
It's been fun. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.